All right, now this topic for today, we're going to talk about, it involves a YouTuber who goes by the name Real Yanie, or more like Real Talk with Yanie. And I think I came across her last year. I think it was last year. So anyway, sometime in the year of last year. I like her content. Now, you know, she's heavy on this decentering men stuff. Now, when I think about decentering men, it's a movement that a lot of women, especially black women, you know, it's a movement that they have came up with. It's, at least to my knowledge, because this is all still new to me. So decentering men is like the female version of men going their own way. You can kind of throw passport bros in there, but by a landslide. Passport bros, because we got passport sis now. Y'all heard about that? And it's not really working in their favor. But it's more like men going their own way. It's another movement. I can't remember. There's so many of these movements. Now, men going their own way, they don't want to ever deal with women ever again. I don't get that vibe from the decentering men community. They're more like, they're not putting the men on a pedestal no more. You know, they're not gonna be a man's helpmate, and they're just gonna be about their bag. They like the boss babes. You know what I mean? The boss chicks, or boss babe chicks, however you want to word it. They're like them. They're just gonna focus on getting their coins, and any man coming to their life has to know that he will be put second in their world, and they put themselves first. And if they got kids, of course, the kids come first, then them, then the man. Now, we know that's not the biblical order, but I'm just letting y'all know how it is when it comes to monitoring women's mindset. That's just how it is with them. So let me do this video. I want to do a reaction. Listen, I hope she doesn't take this the wrong way. I'm just doing a video reaction. Really love your content. I don't agree with everything. I can actually be a subscriber of somebody that I might not agree with all their talking points, but there's something about their personality, or there's something that they was talking about that we can relate to each other on. That doesn't mean I have to agree with everything. And that doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, well, since you talking like that, decentering men, I'm not checking for you no more. Nah, man, once I like you, I like you. I'm not like that. I'm not a one-track mind type of person. You know what I mean? Like, you know, hey, she could probably educate me on something that I'm not familiar with. It'll give me a new perspective. Oh, well, I never thought of it that way. You know what I mean? So I'm open for that. You know what I mean? I'm not like a lot of these YouTubers. They just, they want it one way. I mean, I want it one way when it comes to respect and other stuff. But I'm willing to listen to other talking points that might not be my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? I kind of get the movement, but I just feel like a lot of this stuff, even on the man's side and on the women's side, we just divided, bro. It's like we hate each other. It's like men and women of today, especially in a quote unquote African American, well, you know, community. We're not African American, it's all lies. But anyway, it's a whole nother topic. It's like the gender wars is just through the roof, man. It's all nationalities of all races that's going through this gender war stuff, but it's really heavy when it comes to black men and black women. And my solution is we should just stay away from each other until we can figure this stuff out. So if they're gonna dissenter men, no problem. I'll offer y'all a solution. Monk mode. That means you can't deal with no women. And if you do deal with women, they have to know that you're focused on your purpose and you're not going to stop what you're trying to accomplish to get to where you're trying to go before, you know, all this stuff hits the fan and the world implodes, or America implodes, then the rest of the world, I guess. You know, that's the collapse and all that. The mark of the beast and all that, cashless society. Then everybody gonna have to find them somebody, or just you're gonna have to go out in a bang by yourself, you and your kids or whatever, you and your cats. I don't think people understand the times we're living in, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Some of these people are gonna be either left behind. Well, if you catch up late, you left behind. So never mind on that. But let me get to this video. Let's get to it, man. I just want to do a reaction to what she said. I was communicating with her while she was doing her live. Now, I don't want to do the whole thing because it'd be too long of a video. But I'm gonna talk on certain points, and then I gotta ask y'all a question. But before I get to that, ladies and fellas, now I feel like the videos that I make. Now I have videos in the past where I felt like I was gossiping a little bit. But gossiping on and off this internet is not really my thing. It's just that I like to cover things about celebrities, right? And I like to use it as teachable moments. People will say, oh, that's celebrity gossip. And I say, no. What I do is celebrity topics. And I use it for teachable moments for the everyday people that's regular, right? To teach them valuable lessons. That's what I do with it. But Yanie is saying that any man who got to talk about people's relationship, because what happened was she was feeling some kind of way about Hori Kokum. She kept calling him honeycomb. I thought that was kind of funny. He had his 2 cents, and y'all know how he's been. He's been going in on this type of stuff. Like anything that hits the headlines, trending topics, you know, he'll give his 2 cents on it, you know, and he be speaking a lot of facts, you know. And that's what a lot of podcasts has become, and that's what a lot of podcasters do. You know, we give our thoughts and opinions and views on these celebrities when it's a scandal going on or something crazy happening. But she's saying that is pretty much gossiping. When it's a bunch of men sitting around each other and they're talking about Sierra or anybody that's in a relationship. And it's like, she come from an era where she said that men that she grew up with wasn't like that. Her brothers aren't like that. Her father's not like that. I come from that same element. I'm sure I'm older than her. So yeah, she has a point. Men didn't sit around. And let me say this. I didn't play baseball with my pops. Me and my pops don't have the best relationship, never have. He just didn't really rock with me like that. You know, he played basketball with me one time my entire life, and that was it. Sports just wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I wanted my father to be in my life like that, like to show that he loved, but it's like, it was just another bill to him. Under the roof, he's just like, oh, bruh, another mouth to feed. You know what I mean? I didn't really get that father-son. And a lot of people from my generation, I'm an 80s baby, we didn't really get the love that we was longing for. So most of us chose the streets. You know, our friends and our elders in the streets was our parents and our family. You know, that's a whole nother topic. But I don't look at what I do as gossiping, but I have moments where I'm like, did I gossip right there? I was like, oh man, maybe I did a little bit too much. So I have been wanting to step away from celebrities, but y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think she has a point?
And then social media is trying to normalize men sitting around gossiping like women. Like, y'all not normalizing it. Listen, you're either talking about sports, okay, or you're in the barber shop having a conversation with other men about other manly things. Sitting up and gossip. This is what we do. This is our domain. This is our culture. This is not y'all's culture. I don't understand it. Like, it's weird to me. Y'all are not normalizing. We're talking about heterosexual men. No. Heterosexual men don't do shit like this. Y'all not normalizing that for me. Y'all not.
Yourself and your husband like that. Because you have basically, like, you married, right?
Yeah.
We know she got a baby by Future and all like that, and we've heard stories about, you know, the son had to be around Russell Wilson, right, and all that. It just basically shows that your husband is a simp because of how you represent him in the streets. You don't walk up, I'm talking to the women of the world, you don't impose your...
Listen, I don't care what men do in their space, but men do not gossip, y'all. Okay? They don't. We're not normalizing that. We're not. We know they do, but they don't do it like to this extent. No. They gossip about celebrity gossip? Hell no. The most I've seen men gossip about is manly things, like based in their experience, their day-to-day experience. Not some shit that they done heard or not. It's never about a celebrity this, a content creator that. Y'all are not normalizing that for me. I'm sorry. I grew up in an all-boys home. Men don't do shit like this. Y'all are not normalizing this for me at all. Like, even my own father, I've never seen that man just sit around and just gossip. He on the phone talking about sports. At best, he'll talk about politics. But y'all are not normalizing gossip about celebrities and all of this shit. Like, men have shit to do. That's why I don't have time to be sitting around gossiping. The only other time that I've seen men gossip is always in women's spaces, like the call center, a warehouse job where it's a bunch of women in there. It's always female-dominated spaces. That's it. So the only other time was when I was at the barber shop, and men talk a little bit in there, but they talk about, like, again, sports. They do talk about relationships from time to time, but not excessively like this. It's not excessively like this. So the internet is not normalizing that for me. I'm sorry. And some of them, they've been around their mama so much. So you got to understand that the men I'm talking about, they had fathers. They were around men. So because a lot of these men were raised around their mama, so they think this shit is normal. It's not normal to me as a girl who had a father who was also around other boys who had fathers. They didn't talk like this. I'm sorry. Y'all not normalizing that for me. Y'all not. Some of these men were just around their mama and they friends just a little too much and a little too long. They needed to be out playing outside, throwing the football around with their dad, hitting the baseball with their dad, playing catch with the baseball, playing catch with the football, something. But men were not just cooped up in the house listening to women gossip. I'm sorry, they weren't doing that shit. Y'all not normalizing that. I didn't even grow up seeing that. So the only time I saw men gossip is at a barbershop. That's it. And podcasts for men shouldn't be based off of trendy topics on social media. It should be based in business, making your community stronger, something. But gossiping about shit that entertainment gossip, no, y'all not normalizing that for me. Y'all not. It's feminine. It is. It's feminine. Y'all want to talk about women are masculine? Well, it's feminine. Okay? That's feminine behavior to sit around and gossip. That's what women do. It's very feminine.
Self in conversations, whether it's an interview, whether it is a man who, if you're in public and you married, let's say a man started talking to you. Do you know the first thing you're supposed to tell that man? Sir, I'm married, and I'm spoken for, yeah.
Like, this is a grown man gossiping about another woman, her dating history, and gossiping about her current relationship, and gossip. Like, men don't do stuff like this. I'm sorry. They don't. Men do not do stuff like this.
Please, woo. But some people will be like, that's if he flirting with you. But if you see two men outside of, I'm trying to think of a safe place. If you see two men outside the courthouse, right, and they're talking about a case that all three of y'all was in, you're not supposed to walk up to them men and interject yourself in the conversation, especially if you don't know them. No. You're putting your husband.
And so another issue that I have too is, of course, you have men in the chat box. It's like, it's a podcast. It's a podcast. And again, the internet trying to normalize what's not normal. Okay? Because just because social media has men dressing in wigs and wearing long nails. Are you telling me that that's normal for a heterosexual man to do just because social media is doing it? That's what I'm saying. Like, when does it ever stop? And then they sit up and they wonder why we call them sassy. Well, what the hell do you, what, if you're over here exhibiting feminine qualities like gossiping, what are we supposed to think?